My name is Marissa Moley, and the interview question that I'll be answering is, what motivational techniques would you employ for students who don't like physical education? First things first, you definitely have to build rapport with your students. Build a relationship with them. So ask them about their day-to-day life, find out their hobbies, their interests, things like that. It's extremely important to build a relationship with your students. They'll trust you more. They'll want to come to your class more. So definitely that's one thing, building rapport with the students. Another thing is allowing students to personalize their goals. So whereas one student may be able to do 50 push-ups at a time, for another student, maybe have them do 5 sets of 10 push-ups instead of doing a 50 at a time. The 50 push-ups could scare that student away and make them not so motivated. If you set smaller goals, they'll be more motivated, possibly to do the push-ups, for example. Another thing is to use task progressions. So, for example, if you're doing a basketball unit, having maybe a student in your classroom who is a basketball player teach the other students a chest pass, a bounce pass. You could do dribbling drills. This way you're not just throwing the students right into the sport, into a game. That might scare them. Perhaps if they have never played basketball before, that might freak them out a little. So you can have task progressions where you're having them do different drills to learn the skills of the game before throwing them right into a game, make them a little bit more comfortable. And then obviously also you could set up activities that promote success. And I know I am an instructional assistant now in the emotional support classroom. A lot of my students are very anxious in gym class because there's so many students in the class. So possibly to motivate them, you can get them set up in smaller classrooms with less students. This way they're more comfortable going to gym class every day. They don't get so nervous with a large group. You could put them in a smaller group. So like I said, definitely building a relationship will help motivate the students. Obviously, if they like you as a person, they trust you, they'll want to come to your class more. Again, so building relationships, building rapport with your students, allowing students to personalize their goals, using task progressions, smaller classes for the anxious student. And then another thing, like when you're building relationships, building rapport with the students, they may not like sports, but maybe they like dance. So for them, you can incorporate a cultural dance lesson within the class. So like I said, building relationships with them, figure out what they like. Maybe they like riding horses. You can set something up that way in gym class. There's so many different things you can do to help motivate your students.